Hello and welcome to our Retire Early lifestyle. We decided to make this video because there is just too much hype about leaving the USA. It's funny, I just saw one video titled How to Leave America. You really need someone to tell you how to leave? The title should say, How to Stay and Live Permanently Abroad, because most people that leave don't seem to be challenged at leaving the US. They do appear to be challenged staying where they move to. Is this you? Maybe it is. Or maybe you're just one of the expats that have stayed abroad and still enjoy their life just where they're at. Everyone's different. But today we'll talk about some of the reasons why Americans should give America a second chance. Okay, so let's just jump right into this video. Most of our viewers are going to love this video and some will hate it, but there is no denying the facts. America is a land of opportunity for Americans. America is one of the best countries to live because the opportunities are vast and enormous. Where else can you provide your goods, services, and skills to a population that devours and consumes them like mad? Americans are consumers. There was a time when Americans could work, own a home free and clear, and be debt-free and happy, and that was the American dream for many. But slowly, over the course of several decades, we allowed the bullies to slowly erode the American dream, and people felt the solution was, well, to go into debt, to have the things they needed and wanted, and so here we are. We think the bullying is going to go bye-bye very soon. The pursuit of the true American dream of life, liberty, and happiness is coming our way in the near future. Have you seen the silly reports about how Americans are fleeing the USA to seek the American dream abroad? The chances of finding something that never left the USA outside of the USA is null and void for most expats. For one thing, living overseas in a foreign country is not America. It's an unfamiliar country to you, and is why most people, even 99% of them maybe, become totally reliant on the expat enclave abroad. You've heard it said, go abroad and turn the clock back. Yes, you will turn the clock back all the way to a functional level of when you were 10 years old. That's how dependent they become on the group. We've seen it play out for 13 years and it's still playing out today, which is why and how many of them succumb to all of the reasons that end up causing one to go home. Many come home because they soon come to the realization that the grass is not greener abroad. But that's okay. There is no such thing as failure. See it as a learning experience, learning what we do want and don't want in life. I mean, go ahead and take your skills such as plumbing, appliance repair, cleaning services, caregiver services, landscaping, HVAC services, electrical services to a developing country, and even Europe. Sure, you'll get some jobs here and there, but they like to hire their own people, and the pay is not what you're used to getting back home. However, many are able to take their work life to a new level by working remotely and also having their business online. Did you know that many of the people that live abroad now are digital nomads? They wouldn't be able to go abroad if they didn't have their online work. Think about this for a moment. They took their financial means abroad. Where do you think that job's headquarters is located? In the USA, of course. So when we see all the silly articles titled, Americans Fleeing the USA for the American Dream Abroad, it's a come-on ad. The digital nomad is taking his or her American dream abroad because in some instances their money goes further, but the dream starts and ends in America, USA. By the way, the digital nomad is still getting taxed from their home country even though they live in Mexico or Portugal. But you can renounce your American citizenship if you want to break the umbilical cord with the USA, and some are doing just that. although we've never recommended it. Owning a local business in some of these countries can be very bureaucratic, and in some countries simply not a very wise thing to do. As we've mentioned before, places like Latin America and even Italy, owning and operating a business can be dangerous for safety and security reasons. Bottom line, financial prospects of owning your own local business or providing your skills in a service business or working yourself up the ladder in a career are much more beneficial in the USA for Americans than anywhere else overseas, and that is a fact. America is freedom. Don't be scoffing now. Freedom, as people run for cover with their wealth to foreign countries unfamiliar to them, where they can't speak the language, where they're targets of price gouging and perhaps petty crimes and resentment from the locals, their own country of America is in the process of making it much easier for them to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. This is what happens when good wins over evil. Evil flees and good takes over. America was founded under the umbrella of God, and He is in control. If that is intimidating for some of you, perhaps leaving America is your cup of tea. Some of you might not think your state is very free right now, and maybe it isn't, but you can always move to another state, and you can do it without a visa and without getting on a plane if you want, and you're still in familiar territory. But as we like to say on this channel, do your homework first before flitting around state to state, because moving to the wrong state can turn out to be like moving to the wrong country. It can be emotionally stressful for certain people. The landscape. The USA boasts some of the most beautiful beaches anywhere in the world. Northern California, extending to the Oregon coast, has some of the most stunning beauty and landscapes. If you like warm and tropical beaches, no worries. All you have to do is go to Texas Gulf Coast or the eastern seaboard to get that tropical vibe. It's ironic how we take for granted what is in our own backyard. Did you know that the USA has 154 national forests for your enjoyment? To get that in Europe or Latin America or Asia, you'd have to country hop for months, flying on airplanes, maybe needing to get a visa just so you can enjoy the hiking areas abroad. There are 63 national parks and 2,674 state parks in the United States of America. Most of these state parks have walking and hiking trails, picnic areas, swimming, water sports. Some have camping and recreational areas, and some even have indoor swimming pools, gyms, and other activities for the little ones. If you only visited one state park every day, it would take you 7 years to see them all. That's pretty amazing. And it's all right here in your own country. Many of them in the Northwest and Northeast, just a car drive away from each other. It's ironic how we take for granted what is in our own backyard. Quality of life. Quality of life can mean different things to different people, and so I can only speak for Frank and I, and in comparison to our 13 years living abroad, and then tell you what quality of life means to us. Ask yourself, what constitutes quality of life for you? Many expats need to be in a country with a good and affordable health care. While that is not a concern of ours, having good health and keeping healthy is at the top of our list, so that is what I'm going to talk about. We believe we are what we eat, meaning we eat food for good health, taking full control over our bodily and spiritual health. We also believe that we are the choices we make or don't make in life, and because of that, we have to be knowledgeable to discern what is good and right for us so we can make the right choices. Quality of life is a personal thing, but we also see conditions here in America changing for the better, for Americans becoming healthier and happier in the future. And that's what we're seeing. The writing is on the wall. Seek and you shall find. Quality of life for us is owning our own home free and clear, not being in debt, living a comfortable lifestyle, living in a community with like-minded people, having good infrastructure such as clean water, clean air, clean food, and living close to our children and grandchildren. Our son is bringing his family to the U.S., and so very soon that will become a reality for us grandparents. We're very happy about that. For Frank and I, being near our sons and grandchildren is a huge, huge blessing and a big part of enjoyment in our life. We also enjoy being outdoors in nature, doing activities such as going to parks, lakes, beaches, taking nature walks, hikes, and we love swimming and fishing. These are all a big part of quality of life, and the USA is not short of places of nature and beauty, as we have said earlier. This is our spot in life. What's yours? Let us know in the comments. Just know this. Leaving America for a better quality of life is like swapping 6 negative things you don't like about America with 6 negative things you don't like about living abroad, because that's the way it is. No place is going to have the perfect life for you. That's why I think we need to be in control as much as we possibly can of our own quality of life wherever we live. Do what you can to have what you need and want in life, because escaping your own country to find it somewhere else does end up in disappointment for many. And last on our list is repatriation pattern. When we see and hear the same things from expats that have repatriated to America, we see a pattern, and that pattern is a sure sign that moving abroad for all the wrong reasons will most likely end up in disappointment for most of the people. So in summary, Americans shouldn't move abroad because America is the land of opportunity. America is historically the land of freedom, and it's up to us to keep it that way. America is a land of beauty and diversity. In America, we can create a better quality of life because of the top 3 points and repatriation patterns. All right, everyone, that's all we have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and stay safe. Take care, and bye-bye.